What's up guys, welcome to this video, my first ever how-to or tutorial video, call it what you want. Today I'm going to take you guys through my aim practice routine and show you how I train my aim and keep my aim consistent. It is fairly simple. I'm going to take you guys through it while I am actually playing it. So if I say that you should do this in 5 minutes, I am going to myself do the exercise for 5 minutes. And yeah, let's just get straight into it. I practice my aim on the map called Aimbots. You probably know the map before if you've just done a little bit of research how to improve your aim in Counter-Strike. You have heard about this map so many times that you don't actually want to hear it anymore. But when you start in the spawn lobby, what you want to do, and oh yeah, also in the bottom left corner, just above my HP and my helmet, there is a mouse and keyboard tracker. And what this does is it gives you a more in-depth sight on what I am doing with my keyboards, how I am moving and how I'm moving my mouse. But as you saw, I am using these settings. I am closing off 3 of the 4 90-degree angles, and I'm going to open up the middle and lock this in so I don't accidentally shoot on the top right here and switch weapons. So what I just want to start doing is get in between the bots and just shoot at them, like shoot and flick. This, just some 180-degree flicks, and just get my head into the fact that I'm going to play Counter-Strike, getting used to my sensitivity again, and yeah, I'm going to do about like this step isn't really that important, so I usually do like 5 to 10 minutes, between 5 to 10 minutes. So yeah, I'm just going to do it until I feel ready and prepared. So that should be around 5 minutes. But yeah, as you can see, I am doing some pretty random stuff like spraying and just flicking a bit around. And what you should also notice is that I am strafing in between bots. So I am always moving when I'm shooting, and this is very important when you actually play competitive games, to always move, so you are far less likely to be hit. You are far less likely to be hit by an enemy when you are not shooting. So that's just a fun thing to keep in mind. Always strafe when you are not shooting. next exercise we're going to do is called the strafe and flick. In basic terms, it just means that if you want to kill a bot like this guy right here, what you're going to do is you're going to aim away from him, either right or left. Then you're just going to strafe, counter strafe, flick, and shoot him in the head. This is very important for the aim exercise, the aim training. So you might have to do this for like 10 to 15 minutes. So what some of you might have noticed is that upon doing A and D strips, I am also doing WASD strips, like diagonal strips, because you also use these types of strips in game, but also like the WNS strip. It's just a quick notice because I just want you to practice every single kind of strafe there is, and when you talk about strafe, flick, shooting, it's just nice to be able to counter strafe no matter how you move. Like for example, when you move this way, it is important that you can stop as quickly as possible, then strafe and kill the enemy that's peeking or you're peeking into in a real game situation. So yeah. Always aim at the head because it's the most vulnerable part of a player. It's the head, and with an AK, of course, you can one shot. So always, even if it's just like tapping or if it's spraying, always aim for the head. Always. For God's sake, aim for the head because it's the shortest time to kill. And it's just easier to kill when you aim at the head. Okay, so now we've hit about the 12-minute mark. My head has gone a bit confused. It can turn out your head is getting a bit confused when you strafe, flick, shoot so many times in a row in like 12 minutes. So this is a good time to maybe like take a pause, take a little break for maybe at max 1 minute, just if you feel that way. If you are completely fine, just move on to the next step. So once you've taken your short break, we're going to move on to the next exercise. The exercise we're going to do is spray control. So what you want to do is you want to learn the spray. So we have this clear wall, and we just want to spray from the bottom to the top, see how the spray goes. That's fairly simple. So what we want to do now is repeat this, but just make a small circle inside of our brains, which we want to make the bullet hit. So if I want to make the bullets hit in like this circle right here that I'm drawing, I have this printed inside my brain. I'm just going to make the spray stay inside of that circle, as that was like 3 bullets right there. But you get my point, right? You don't want the biggest spread on you don't want the biggest spread when shooting. Like this. And once you've nailed this, you also want to do it on the M4s. Pick the A1S if you use that, or the A4. Just choose the one that you use and then just do the same thing. Look how it goes. Make a small circle, let the bullets hit inside of it. Make the bullets hit inside of that circle. And just go around. Shoot, spraying. Learning the patterns on the different main weapons, and then just what we want to do now is spray control. So we want to start from, for example, this guy, move on to this guy, then the next, and then this guy right here. At max 5, so we can kill these 5 bots that's standing closest to me right now. And the reason I say you at max can spray control to 5 different enemies is because in a competitive match there is only 5 players each side. That means you only have 5 enemies. Therefore it is unnecessary to be able to spray at 6 people at a time. So for instance, this exercise could look like this. In a matter of 30 bullets, I am able to spray control to 5 different people. Right there, I was only able to spray transfer to 4 people, but that's okay. What you just want to do is just 5 minutes each main weapon, so 5 minutes on the M4 and 5 minutes on the AK. Spray transfer to as many enemies targets as you can, but at max 5 each spray, if that makes any sense. So when you've done it for long enough, you can just switch back to the AK from the M4 and repeat. It's just rinse and repeat. But as said, you need to remember the spray pattern, which is for the AK. So it's a bit different, but it just has to get inside your memory. So when you switch sides in a competitive match, you don't get totally off track by not having the capability of buying either an AK or M4. For example, when it's CT sided, you can't just buy an AK. Therefore, you have to be good at spraying and keeping the M4 under control, so you can use the M4 just as good as the AK. Therefore, making you a better CT-sided player, if that makes any sense. Okay, so when you've done that exercise, you want to, this is optional, but what I used to tend to do is just train my flicking ability. So I close off the end right here. And then what I am just doing is I am finding a butt and just shooting this butt and flicking over to the next butt. And that is just to train my flicking ability. And I'll just do this for like 2 minutes at max. Although it is kind of cool when you hit some sick flick shots, which I really like. I like hitting flicks. They are awesome. But yeah, at this point you've probably used like, say, 35-40 minutes already just by training your aim, not even playing the game. Like, you've just played alone on this lonely map with bots only. But yeah, there is a lot of discipline to training your aim and getting good aim, and therefore you can say your aim is just like exercising your body. If you want to become a strong person like Cbum, you have to be dedicated. You have to be dedicated to the gym. You have to be dedicated to the gains. You have to be dedicated to just go out and exercise every day. It's the same with aiming. If you want to have godlike aim, like for example Niko, you have to aim every day. You have to be consistent and you have to be dedicated and disciplined to get godlike aim. So therefore it isn't just enough you do this once a week. You have to do this every day, or at least every time you're going to play. So always set off like 1 hour of aim training before you actually play games. But then there also comes some things like grenade practice, utility usage, all of that sort of stuff, aim, map knowledge, which also just adds on to the complexity which gives you. And you can say, oh yeah, you get better aim when you when you just play normal games. Yes, but you have to also do something like this aim training and making all of these different scenarios where you have to stop, flick, shoot, because you don't exercise that all of the time when you play actual competitive games. You are more focused on something like communication, holding angles, and many other things like that. So you just develop, not just as fast. This is more like dedicated to the aim. When you just play normal games for practice, it is a wide variety of abilities you are training or exercising in game. So yeah, once you've done everything, including the flicking, that is optional, you are going to disconnect. You can either go into deathmatch, you can also train your aim further by using a map called YPreg Aim Trainer. It's just like Aim Labs, just inside of Counter-Strike, which makes it very useful for training your aim. But what I tend to do is I'm usually pretty tired when I play aimbots for that long amount of time, so I just want to get on a map like, for example, Mirage or Dust, and just play like 10 to 15 minutes. Doesn't have to be that much time of deathmatch, just to like get a feeling of how to utilize every single exercise that we've just done and incorporate it into using them when you are against real players. And that's actually it. That's all I do for my warm-ups. After this I am playing something like Face It. So yeah, it's just useful overall to just get your mindset into the game just 40 minutes before actually playing. And I know some of you guys might think, oh, you are just copying Furious. And yes, most of the exercises, actually all of the exercises, are copied by Furious, but I just think that he did some of the things for a very long time, which I think is unnecessary. Something like the start of the warm-up, it is completely unnecessary to do it for 10 minutes as he said. Also, I kept on the longest setting on the top menu on the screen, because that makes my flicks be more accurate. So when I, for example, am peeking middle on Mirage, I'm more accurate when I flick long range, because I had that long range setting on all the way until I started to do the optional practice, which was flicking. If you find this very useful, please like and subscribe. That I would really appreciate it. And please tell me in the comments if this was useful, or if I should just stop making videos like this because they are awkward or bad, misleading. But you can also tell something positive in the comments. I hope this video was useful for the people who needed it, and I will see you guys soon. Bye.